Operational friendly forces confirmed.
Assessment for this class is very high.
On me. Striking.
Coming up. Alright. Rocket.
It's seriously, it's a forgot. Or the 9M 113 conquers. Or the 9M113M conquers M. The commander now sits with a gunner and a large turret. 7 troops are carried instead of 8, so the BMT-2 actually downgraded the troop capacity. And then it has 2 rear infantry hatches instead of 4. Since there's no 1, we don't have it to compare against, so it doesn't matter. And there's better armor on the BMP-2, of course. Yeah, it's got a 7.62 PKT machine gun, of course. Yeah, everybody knows all this. You've been shot at them enough. So yeah, there's the launcher tube on the top. Everybody sees that center turret. It's got the 30mm cannon. Should be 30mm. And then the coaxial 7.62 off to the side. Fits 7 troops in the back. For some reason, I don't know why. In ARMA, we never really run into these things with crew in them, like with a fire team or anything in the back, which I think would be nifty, where they actually offloaded troops and stuff like that. Actual mechanized infantry. Anybody? I never see any infantry in anything. They're always just running around. So the driver sits here on the left-hand side. The gunner, I believe, is on the right-hand side, I believe. Let me just check. I'll get in the commander seat and turn out. Oh no, okay. Commander's on the right-hand side, gunner's on the left. That's a good thing to remember. If you're trying to, if they're turned out and you want to take the gunner out, take the guy out on the left. Yeah, commander has a spotlight. There you go. Real quick though, somebody tell me where the engine's at on this thing.
Right where I'm standing.
Yep. Everybody thinks you shoot these in the back, and that's kind of the case. You might disable the turret, and you'd probably kill all the infantry inside. But if you really want to make sure you disable it, you want to hit it right here on the right side, near the front. That is the engine. That's what this whole big space is right here next to the driver. He sits right next to the engine. So when you see somebody lining up on a BMP, you're either going to want to hit the thing in the turret, and pop the ammo on it, which ARMA puts its ammo in weird places, or you're going to want to hit it right here in the engine section. I prefer the engine. That's usually where I shoot them at. It's light skinned, you don't have to worry about. You always want a square shot. You never want to do deflection shots on any kind of armor, but the BMP is pretty light skinned, so you're probably gonna pop it. Remember though, this thing can have a crew complement. I mean, infantry. They can have 7 in the back. Alright, with this.
BMP-2 HQ.
What's the difference?
No main gun.
Yep.
Does that thing even serve a purpose?
In real life, yeah. In ARMA, no. I mean, I'm sure you could make it serve a purpose in real life. I mean, in ARMAverse, rather. As a communications hub or something like that. You'll notice it has all the antennas on the back and stuff. I think that main gun actually, yeah, it is an antenna. Yeah.
So radio, I'm guessing?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
So, I mean, like, everybody kind of gets... This thing is low threat, extremely low threat. If you have AT, it's generally a good idea to just wait on these things if you know there's other armor in the area. The only way for the gunner to shoot in this thing, which it's you see that it's armed with a PKM, is for him to be turned out. Well, shoot accurately anyway. The AI are always turned out when they're gunning on this thing, so you can generally just shoot the gunner out of it and you're fine. It's just going to drive around and be annoying. It's the same thing as the one next to it, the BMP2, it's just the HQ variant. I left BMDs out and such for this one because generally we don't run across those that much, but I will add them to later on and we'll see about being able to identify those. Alright, what is?
BMP3.
Alright, give me some similarities.
Carries troops.
It's ugly.
That's about
Has
it.
a turret.
Yeah, has a
Yeah,
turret.
they're very different. It's got a lot bigger main gun.
It's a big bitch.
Yep. It's probably, I'm gonna look it up just to verify so I can tell y'all stuff that's true to life. Oh, this thing can actually in real life be upgraded with explosive reactive armor too, believe it or not. It's got a 100mm gun launcher, 2A70, and a 30mm autocannon. So it actually has the same 30mm mounted tandem with that 100mm if you look at it. And it also has the optional, I think that this variant has it, right? Nope, it doesn't. Okay, so it could also optionally have the Conquer's launcher on top of it, the AT launcher, but it doesn't in this variant.
Question.
Yo.
The hell is that box on top of the main gun?
Let me see if I can find it.
I think that's the laser.
That's what I thought it was like
Rangefinder.
IR or laser or something.
Cause yeah, I was using the rangefinder whenever we were using it on the pub the other day.
Oh, then yeah, it's probably, yeah, probably right then. It's probably like the ranging system for the gun and such. I'm trying to find where the hell it's got the whatchamacallit mounted. Oh yeah, it's also got a coax gun and it should have two front-facing PKMs also, side guns. And I think that's
Amphibious.
something to do with amphibious, yeah. It lays
that's
down
cool.
when it goes in the water.
Didn't even see that.
Yeah, the yeah, these two guns right here, if you can't see them, they're right there. One, and right here's the other one. It's a big bitch, so. So just give me the differences, like what you would use to spot it on the battlefield, and tell me the difference when you're reporting or marking stuff on the map, doing recon, anything.
Dual barrels.
That's one, definitely.
It's very boxy.
Yeah, it's really boxy. It's really tall too if you compare it to the other one. Like the whole height of this one is almost as tall as the turret of the other one. Of the BMP2. Your engine, just so everybody knows, when you shoot this thing you can shoot it in the back. What the engine looks like, it's right here. Where I'm standing. So if you're gonna shoot the engine out. Yeah, that's the exhaust pretty much. I think that this is actually the intake, but yeah. I'm not sure. Here, let me get in and start it up, see if it shoots it out the middle or out the bottom there.
Yeah, that's coming off the side.
Yeah, there it is. So the intake is up here on the top, yeah. So there you go. So just shoot it back there. That's a big ass gun. I think this thing also, the 100mm might shoot missiles. I'm not sure about that. Let me actually check. No, it doesn't. Okay. But it's still a big bitch. Get away from it.
Oh shit. It hurt all this last time.
Clear back blast.
So yeah, it's a pretty big gun. I actually saw the round leave the barrel. And
I
there's
like
your
that 30.
30 millimeter. It's got a pretty high rate of fire too. You notice it's like our Bushmaster's got a decent rate of fire, but I think this one might be a little bit faster.
You can hear the explosions.
I don't know, every time I hear it, it's just fucking damn chicken calling at me. Alright, and here's the last one, which everybody should recognize this damn thing. What is?
Boo.
It's an aluminum can.
Alright, somebody give me the designation of it now. Yeah. It's got a turret on this version, actually a pretty nice little turret up there. It's got a 50 caliber Browning M2.
Spacey.
This thing is really thin armor.
Coffin.
I've taken this thing out a few times with a 50 cal sniper rifle. Like, you just gotta hit it and you'll probably kill everybody inside. It's really dainty. It's not amphibious.
I don't think so.
Nope.
No, it's not amphibious.
Yeah, it is.
I wasn't. It is?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, in real life, they don't ever take them in water then, because
For a bit.
maybe in ARMA verse it's fucking amphibious, but I've heard they're death traps and that they had a big trouble with the amphibious real version, so they don't ever take it in water. I thought they declared
Wiki
it not
says it's too
amphibious.
heavy.
Yeah, that's what. I know they tried to make it amphibious, but when they made it, they were like, no, because it kept having too much trouble.
It's probably sunk.
I wouldn't want to ride in it, especially in real life. I wouldn't want to die. Yeah, he showed me pictures of them. So it's got a shitty suspension, as you can tell when you're driving it, and it brakes. Watch the bouncing. But it's got a crew
Pops
of
on a
two.
dime.
The driver and the gunner, whoever's operating the turret, and it's supposed to have a capacity of 11 troops in the back. Alright, so that's all I got for tracked APCs right now. Now, again, remember the BMDs, which are remarkably similar to the BMPs. What the BMD is pretty much the airborne version of the BMP. It's going to be for airdrops and such. It's got suspension. It's usually smaller, lighter armor, and people ride on the top of them instead of inside of them. All right, so now we'll do wheeled APCs. What is?
Command.
Yeah, give me a. Everybody can tell what model this is.
Buddy disconnected from your channel.
HQ?
Yeah, HQ. How can you tell? Just give me.
Antennas.
That's one thing.
No
Yep.
turret.
Alright, that's the other. That's pretty much all you need to know right there. Yeah, again, just like the BMP-2 HQ, low threat. That's why you kind of got to know what you're identifying. The only thing this got, and the guy's got to be turned out, is a gunner. So here he is, riding like a boss.
That looks dumb.
It's so huge in it.
And you need to, you know,
You can't even turn down as a driver. Wow.
it's probably because I'm in here or something. You might be able to.
It.
Oh yeah,
Shows
that's
two
right.
spots in the
pedals.
back, but I don't think you can use it.
Yeah, right here. That's only on some models, on the Ace models and stuff, I think. I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, low threat. Once you take out the gunner, it's harmless. Alright, now we're gonna see if everybody gets confused. So here we go, it's a BRDM also. It has troop carrying capacity, I believe, does it not? Or did they
No.
make it, they made it so that these didn't carry troops? Okay. I believe the real ones are supposed to still carry a couple troops. So what's this?
Conkers.
AT.
Yep. How you know?
Frickin'
Why?
turret.
Yeah.
It's got 5 conquer slotchers.
Yep, that's very good. Now just give me something that you would identify, like, I mean, for somebody that didn't know that was a Conkers, how can you tell the difference between that and the one sitting next to it over there?
Smaller launchers.
Yep. There's also a shape I'm looking for.
Circle and square.
Yep, there you go. The AT one is a freaking round tube, so if you see the round tubes, that is AT. Since we've already talked about it, let's just run over here. What the hell is this?
I think it's the AT BRDM Bishop.
I'll shoot you in the
Pretty sure.
Alright. Yeah, exactly. This is the AA variant. The big square rocket pod on the top should give it away. I'm not sure, but does that thing fold up? Because I could have sworn I've seen that thing folded up before.
Yeah, it does somehow fold
Yeah.
down.
Yeah.
Ah. Like
Okay,
a lower
yes.
profile or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, you'll see them fold out sometimes. That's why I was asking, because I could have sworn I've seen the AI fold them up. Like, fold them, unroll them before they shot them. Like, put them back up. Well, that's why I asked, because that's the only way I'd know. Yeah, so AA variant. When you're tasked with going into an AO, we'll get into AA. It's actually, I've got it separate down there. I just put this BRDM with the other BRDMs, but you can call these Birdums. I don't care. I've actually been doing it a lot lately. BRDM, Birdum, anything. Yeah, I don't care. Just identify it as a BRDM, especially if you're marking on map. And then if you're looking for stuff like if we've got air coming in, Vipers, so that we can make it easy for them or whatever. You know, you're prioritizing AA over everything else, then, you know, this is something you need to look for here. Alright, so what's this? Anybody?
Standard BRDM 2.
Yep. This one has troop carrying capacity.
Nice.
Not much. I mean,
2, I
some.
think. Maybe 3.
The gun on it is going to be a 14.5 millimeter KPVT, whatever the hell that is. It's pretty high threat. I mean, it's got a rapid rate of fire on it. It's
Buddy
loaded
joined your
automatically
channel.
with API rounds. If you're in a light skin vehicle like a Humvee or something, definite threat. If you're on foot, still a threat. I'll just test fire it off. Some rounds. You don't really have to be too far away unless you don't have ear pro. So yeah, pretty high rate of fire on it. So if it can pin you down pretty easily. I don't know if it's still doing it. I think 1.6 was supposed to fix it, but
Buddy disconnected from your channel.
okay. The AA variant will sometimes shoot at light vehicles. I don't know if that's still happening or not. And the AT variant will shoot at vehicles, and some people say it'll shoot at you on the ground, but I've never had it shoot at me while I was on foot, so...
Same.
But it's a big debate. People will argue with you and tell you that, yeah, it will. So, just be aware of that. Alright, next we're gonna move to this. Somebody tell me what this is.
Scrap iron.
Yeah, BTR-40. It's got like a few slots inside, and it's got a dish gum, I think, mounted on it.
I feel so safe. Your ass is in my face.
There we go.
He'll protect you.
Yeah, there you go. Everybody in. It's a terrible vehicle. Yeah. So, yeah, usually you can take the gunner out pretty easily because he's so exposed in this. Again, it's a 12.7 dishcom. So there you go, that's what it sounds like for you. It's got limited traversal, that's one thing I meant to point out as the gunner. If somebody wants to hop in the gun real quick and just traverse as far as you can, you'll see, you know, this thing can't traverse very far. So if you're behind it or anything, you don't really have to worry too much. It can't even get a 90 degree on the sides here. So as long as you're not in this front little arc here, you're good. Well, it's not a... Well, it's kind of like them, but I don't know when it was made. Hold on, I'll tell you. I mean, usually the number inside the name usually designates when it was made. If it has one like a BTR 40 was made in 40.
In that time frame.
Yeah, in that time frame. Development began in early 1947, so no, not World War II. But we'll see the upgrade here in a second. So we'll see what continued on the name here. All right, what's this?
60.
BTR 60.
Yeah. All right, so everybody sees 8 wheels here. What's different about this than a BRDM? Please tell me.
More wheels.
How about that? It's also longer, and the hull looks completely fucking different. So I mean, you really shouldn't confuse the two.
It's like a boat.
Yeah. Yeah. This is the same exact cannon, so just so you know, it's like the same 14.5 millimeter as the BRDM that we were just in. Same gun.
I think it has night vision though.
Yeah, it might. I don't know
It's
if
got
it
a
matters
couch
to you.
in
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, it's got bigger crew complement, like transport capabilities. I used a wiki to determine how many troops I put in one, and I think it was actually spot on, so...
Can you not turn out?
Nope.
No.
Damn.
70's the one with all the hatches.
It's apparently got a crew of 3, though. Does this thing have a commander slot?
Neg.
Yeah, I thought I did.
Alright, so it's got 8 passengers carrying capability. And 3 crew if it has the commander slot actually made into the model. I see driver and I see gunner. I don't see a commander slot, so...
I'm in it. Sorry.
Oh, okay, no, that's fine, that's fine. Okay, so yeah, so 3 crew plus 8 possible passengers carrying in it. It's got, you know, it's amphibious, everything pretty much Russian. It's pretty lightly armored, actually. It's not very heavily armored. They're pretty easy to take out. The engine for this, I believe, is in the back, but it's like on the bottom, I think. Like, you actually get in and ride in the back. You climb in front of the engine on the sides. If this one, when does this one have the... Nope, it doesn't. Okay. One of the BTR 70 models is made by Ace, and it actually shows you the hatches. The hatches that you get in are actually between the wheels, or up on top. So you like climb in the sides or up on top, and the engine's in the back. So when you're shooting this thing, you want to shoot it in the back. We didn't go over that with the BRDMs or the BTRs, but the BTR 40 over here, the engine's in the front because it looks like a big car. And on the BRDMs, I'm pretty sure the engine is also on the side in the back, on the bottom here. Down at the bottom, the base. And what's the next one in line here?
70.
Alright, how can you tell?
Longer. Hatch between the two middle wheels.
Yep, you can look at this exhaust cover back here for the exhaust too. If you notice, it's completely freaking different.
It's all snaky.
Yeah, and it's all covered. On the BTR 60 over there, you'll notice the pipes are exposed on the sides. And at the top, you'll notice that the 60 models have this big cage here. And this one has like a smaller, flat, like two boxes side by side with a little cage. And like Woodrat came up with good points, he gave the longer, it's slightly longer. If you look at the 60 on the back of it, the propeller cover is huge, and on this one it's really small. That's for its amphibious capability. And then of course these boxes on the side, which they look like wooden crates to me. So I don't know what these are, but
They're bananas.
Not. Yeah, they're not on both sides. So the engine's in the exact same place. Again, whether you call out BTR 60 or BTR 70, I'd like you to be right, just because we're doing the training for a reason. You should be able to identify stuff. But the threat level, I believe, is pretty much the same. It's the same 14.5, but it's got a coax. So, there you go.
Buddy
All right.
joined your channel.
Somebody tell me what this is.
$90.
Yeah, BTR 90. Go ahead and tell me what both of these are, since they're both the same. Yeah, BTR 90s.
HQ.
Yeah, HQ, and then you have your badass variant here. Your gunboat. I think this has. I think both the 70 and the 90 have increased carrying capacity also.
Yeah, it looks spacey.
Nope, actually it's 3 plus 7. So 3 crew members, 7 passengers, whatever. What can you tell me that's different between the 70 and the 60 than these?
Cannon.
Oh yeah. Give me some hull
Armaments
design
in general.
things. Yeah, just armament general. You can look at the hull, the exhaust on the back. This one doesn't have that slope. If you come around in the back here, it's nice and flat all the way back. It doesn't slope down, and the exhaust ports are on the side. The propeller cover, I guess, is the square thing right there. If it has a propeller, it might be jet propulsion or something. Like
Poop shoot.
something like that. This thing comes armed with a 30mm to a 4.2. I think that's the same exact cannon that's in the BMP3 and BMP2. This can equip. I mean, this one in ARMA comes with both HEI rounds, which is bad for infantry. Everybody knows what HEI stands for, right? Somebody.
High explosive incendiary.
Thank you. Yeah, it's very bad for infantry. It's really good for clearing them out. The cannon can be loaded with AP rounds also. No difference except for the impact. You would want to use that on armor, of course. Let's see. It's also got 2 rates of fire on that cannon, by the way, low and high. I don't know what the difference, like, I'm not going to sit here and count out rounds for a minute. It's got a 7.62 coax, PKMT. It's got a Conkers AT launcher on top. You should see that from, it's just like the BMP2s. And it also has an AGS-17 grenade launcher. So, yep. Yep. This thing is, you don't want to run into this thing. Yeah, it's still light skinned like the others, but I think it's got a little bit better armor than them. Like, still dangerous, but I mean it's still not a tank. You should be able to take it out pretty easily if you get a good shot on it. I believe the engine's in the same place here in the back, so if you want to shoot it and take it out, the back is the spot. Obvious HQ model. How can you tell it's an HQ model? Somebody tell me.
An active gun.
Yep, same thing. Yep. 7.62 PKM. All right, what's this?
Vodnik.
Gas.
Yep, Vodnik gas. This thing has got the massive same gun that we just fired, the 2A42. They really like this 30mm gun. Also has ATI rounds and AP rounds loaded. This also has a coax. And that's its armament. It's troop transport, light troop transport. I don't know if it's still bugged or not, but weren't these things invulnerable to like everything for a long time? Okay, well. So yeah, AT for these things really shouldn't be a problem, but, you know, ARMA might deem that, I mean, say otherwise, rather. It's got troop carrying capacity. It's not that much. It's pretty low. I think it's only got like 5 slots in it, and they're pretty much all crew slots. I think this is
Gas has 4.
Does it have 4?
1 driver, 2 passengers, and then the gunner.
Thought it was 3 passengers.
Maybe it's 3. Let's see if we can fit it. How many people we can fit in it?
In the back, just see if anybody else can get in the back. No back option. Alright, then it's only got there's a big space in front of me. I figured somebody could sit there. No, I jumped out already. Alright, so yeah, 4 then, right? Thanks, Wood. Not that that's a big deal. This is also a Vodnik. What's the difference between this Vodnik and that Vodnik?
No cannon.
Alright, so when you call these 2 Vodniks, like, I would prefer you put the designation for the gun down or something. Like, or just something to let me know this is a 30mm. You know what I mean? When you're reconning, it's kind of important. I'm not that scared of that one. I'm a little bit more scared of this one.
Da.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, like I said, when you mark this one, I would rather you just, if you're marking it on the map or labeling it, or if you're just saying it and letting us know, you can just say, you know, gas 30mm or Vodnik 30mm, or you can even go so far as to say 2A42 if you know to remember all that. For the gun, it's probably keep it simple and just say 30mm, or you can just say PKM, Vodnik PKM. Okay, guys, what's this?
I believe that's an Abrams.
Yep.
Yep.
Smart ass.
APC Abrams.
Ural.
Yep. It's a truck. It carries a lot of troops. It has no. It's got no armament on it. I don't think any of the Ural troop transport versions do. I don't think they're like the US versions with the M2s mounted on the front or anything. There are Urals that have armament, but they then aren't troop transports, so... This thing, you can take this thing out with anything. Like, just shoot the back. If you're worried it has troops in it, just kill everybody in the back. Alright,
What if
what's
it has
this?
a bunch of kids in it?
Oh well. Maybe you should have just done it.
Plant automatic weapons on them.
Exactly. Alright, what's this?
Kamaz.
Yeah. It's the Ural is what Russia used to use, and this is pretty much their modern transport. Same thing, it's a truck that carries troops in the back. That skin looks like it's really tough to me for some reason. I don't know, I guess it's because it's stretched tighter. Yeah, it's just stretched tighter or whatever. But you can shoot right through it and kill everybody in the back. Again, this is low threat. It's just good to know, you know, if you see troops in the back, it's a good idea to call there's troops in the back, if you notice it. You know, we train like this not for just domination where, you know, something like that's not going to happen, but when we're running ops and stuff like that, they might actually have troops in the back, so it's good to pay attention.